Grab some refreshments before the show, and uh-oh. Looks like Joe's frozen again.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Thursday night, 9 o'clock, and we're here live on YouTube. That's right, the Figure Action Podcast. Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode tonight. We got the whole crew here, so if you're watching us here live on YouTube, first and foremost, make sure you kielbasa slam that like button because it really helps us out. Also, make sure you're subscribed. And if you're subscribed, ring that notification bell so you can see when we come out with additional content for our channel. We've got some giveaways going on, stuff that you definitely want to know about. So make sure that bell is rung. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about tonight. And again, we've got the full crew here. So let's find out how everybody's doing tonight. Starting off with Mr. Trustarscreamer. Dave, I like the shirt you're wearing.
Oh, thank you. You know, I picked it up at this awesome website called Teespring, and there's a neat thing called the Fap Shop, which let me tell you, it's right next. I was looking up Mia Khalifa stuff. No, never mind. But
who?
Never mind.
Yeah, I think she's a sportscaster.
Exactly. She's worked with sports entertainment in the previous times. But it's been an interesting week. It's kind of cool. I was shooting pool this week, and this one guy came up to me, and he was just ripped. I mean, not like ripped, but like, you know, like ripped. And he must have been about, I don't know, half a foot taller than me, which of course makes him average height. And he's like, "Yeah, man, you think you're so good?" Because I just killed this one guy at the pool table. He's like, "I can take you." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, man, yeah, I can take you." So I look him in the eye and go, "All 8 inches?"
Oh, Dave.
And then
Click the videos. Click the videos, baby. Click the videos.
Look at that production value.
That's some high production value.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's what your donations get you.
holy hell, that's worth it. But I got some cool this week as far as getting stuff. It was very cool. I got the Walgreens exclusive Moon Knight, courtesy of ExtraZero. He has not appeared at all in Greensboro, so thank you very much.
You're welcome.
For my own purchases, I got NECA King Kong. Oh nice. My God, this thing is. Don't sleep on this. Don't sleep on this. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. It's got all the articulation.
Now, is that an 8-inch figure?
That's a K. That's a K, not a D. It's a K. And then finally, I really got to say this, another shout out to these awesome people here. Winston, thank you. He got me a Cobra Trooper. So that means I can shut the hell up.
That's the black color.
No, he has the blue collar. This is a real worker. He is a blue collar trooper, man.
I think that was a running change.
Anyway, I don't care. I got one. I'm happy. I am so thrilled. I can, as I said, I can stop complaining until those bat medals. I got to find those suckers now. And on to the next.
All right.
Here's why I drink.
Next up.
He drinks to feel.
Next up, a man who was previously in my freezer, Mr. Joe Crab. How the hell are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm honored actually that I have a permanent residence in your freezer. That's makes me feel good. And I did get something. I got, due to my very bestest friend in the whole wide world, I got the Super Shredder. Let's see that. Sorry, I'm on my cell phone, so I don't know see what's going on. He was very kind enough. NECA, I guess, reduced our order quantity from 2 to 1, and he passed on it and gave one to me. So awesome.
Are you sure you didn't just sneak into his house, shove him down a flight of stairs, and steal his?
It would have been well deserved. It would have been payback.
Did it engage your emotion chip?
It did. It did.
The
Not as
irony's
much
not
as in Zero's freezer, though.
the irony's not
that
lost
is
on me
great.
that you've gone from the highest fidelity to probably the best webcam and the best mic setup to now just absolute crap. You could be broadcasting from a subway that it's so grainy and awful quality. That could be your face though. The quality could be your face. That's the problem.
It could be.
We have a button to increase your quality.
Look at that.
That's
now you're in 4K.
That's an improvement. My name tonight is Blue Screens of Death because when I fired up my PC to get ready for the show tonight, that's pretty much what I saw was multiple blue screens of death. It was like, sorry, we've tried. Try again. Hit this FA key. That didn't work. If you don't have a recovery disk, you're screwed.
So it's like getting a pre-order from Target.
It's like if you were Matt and you were trying to get a toy order and get it shipped to your house, it's just never going to happen. Yeah.
That my fortunes have changed. You just wait till we get to me.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get to you.
All right. So we have.
Oh my God! Open the box already.
Oh wait, no, we have a button for that too. Remember?
Oh my God! Open the box.
So we have the Matt, the myth, the legend, Mr. Partsformer or Parts Supreme.
I don't know if that's like the Cobra or like the Pizza Supreme. I guess it's kind of your choice. It's a choose your own adventure type thing. Hi, everybody. I'm doing great. I've had a pretty good week. And my fortunes have changed because over the past few weeks, they'll tell you that the mail has been slow to get to my house for whatever reason. So, and an odd change of events, though. Here I sit, the only one that has received their Centurion from Hasbro Pulse. Mine shipped out from Pennsylvania and made it the next day. While, as far as I know, everyone else's hasn't moved yet for some reason, even though we all ordered at the exact same time.
I got a FedEx text that it's going to be here tomorrow.
Step in the right direction. Like, we all ordered it right when it went up, so I'm not sure what the deal is.
You all ordered it.
Well, everyone that was getting it, you know. I will say that we got it. Those that ordered it right away got it at the price discount because they posted it for $20. He's definitely worth $20. I don't know if it's worth $30. The accessory kit is pretty cool. I will say too, I'm very impressed with this roller. This is an excellent little roller, and he's shiny. Let's see, just a couple other things that I got besides that. I ended up getting a Final Fantasy World Premiere book, which is kind of like a compendium. I haven't really looked through it yet. And another pricing error, I got the G1 Optimus Prime model kit from GameStop for $18 shipped because they don't know how to run their website. But that was a long time coming because they kept delaying it. But that's what she said. So that's it for me.
There you
go. Look at that.
Next up, a man who, you know him, you love him. He's well-rested and barrel-chested. T-Man 978. T, when I was in the freezer, I happened to have a revelation.
What?
All right. Oh, wait, not that one.
Now that's what I call a chill review.
Yeah.
Holy hell, he's got too much time in his hands.
I'm on it. It says Staycation. Come on now.
He's got too many representations of his friends around his house in miniature form and printed form.
We're in quarantine.
You'll never miss us.
It's like we were always there.
Partsformer is 2 for 2 on the good fortune. I'm still waiting on my model kit Optimus Prime, and the Centurion drone finally shipped today.
Oh,
So I
good.
should get it tomorrow. But everybody already saw this. But I got the best car, Mandalorian. Awesome. I did buy this little 2-pack with the child and the Mandalorian. He's in there asleep. I don't know if I.
2-pack from?
Huh?
What's that 2-pack?
It's called like Star Wars Fleet or something like that.
Okay, I gotta get that for my daughter.
April 2-pack.
Nice coat.
Annie can, if nobody else can. This was finally on clearance at GameStop, and I still need to open it. I watched this movie recently, and every time Winnie the Pooh started talking, I got dust in my eyes. Partsformer warned me about this being like $6 at GameStop. But I mainly went there because this was finally $11 for all this.
It's a good pickup.
Yes, and I still haven't opened it. All the stuff I was worried about, and I didn't even open it. I didn't open Winnie or Lee. Oh yeah, and the main last thing is this dude who shall be on my channel tomorrow.
Yeah, Calvin Carpenter had a comment earlier that he was discounted 70% next week in Target stores. So I wonder if he's going to get even cheaper.
I give up.
Oh no!
Yeah, well, Dave, you still have your receipt?
No.
Yeah.
Well, they also
handy.
Yeah, you also probably can find the purchase through your card.
Yeah.
Like if you go to customer service and be like, "Hey, I bought this and it's deep discount now,"
and they'll be
Yeah,
like, "Nerd."
I scan all of my receipts to the app. I live to serve you, Lord Megatron. The arm moved away.
You gotta make him sound more like Ed Bighead.
I forgot what he sounds like.
Like movie Starscream.
Not in the first. In the first movie, he had a deep voice randomly. But I did figure a way to do this since he doesn't have bicep swivel.
Okay, when you pull that pose off, I feel much more justified in my purchase.
Yeah. He can actually touch his face. But
that's how you get COVID.
This is true. This is the way.
How are you doing, ExtraZero?
Well, I'm doing fantastic. As you can see, I'm in staycation mode. Tomorrow is my last day of staycation, so I've mastered the art of metamorphosis.
This is
What is
amazing.
going on?
What happened?
This is the greatest. This is the greatest
Broke the
episode.
Matrix.
I know. Oh, now I'm in focus. Or Jocus, you could
But
say.
you're revealing the design of your new shirt. Look at that. First
Yeah, look
time,
at you get this on the Fab Shop. the morphing Joe shirt.
You're not supposed to wear a green shirt.
And look, you can make pretend like it's Joe and Superman too.
We're gonna call that the Jolon Musk.
It's Jofin time.
Yeah, basically. So I've had a good week on staycation. Just really relaxed, and I got some cool. I know it's hard to take me serious. I still have the freezer Joe here, who he's having all kinds of crazy effects going on. I mean, this basically looks like yeah.
Wait, what color is your shirt?
Blue. So I basically I have the blue screen effect on right now. So anything blue will turn into Joe.
So you blew yourself? Is that what you're saying?
I did blow myself.
What?
we got Ultra Magnus.
Really?
Really. So starting off, I gotta turn this effect off because it's really screwing everything up. There we go. So speaking of sales and pricing errors, I got Diva from Amazon. I believe she was like what? Was she $25? I want to say she was down to like $25 on Amazon. So like your Marvel Legends price. I guess Overwatch stuff can't catch a break. Nobody seems to want it, but that was my main in Overwatch, so I had to pick her up. I also had from Amazon. We're finally starting to get Earthrise Wave 2 stuff in, thank God, because, well, we got a lot of stuff to talk about with upcoming Generations releases. And it seems like they're dragging their feet getting to Wave 2, and I believe Earthrise has 4 waves. But here we are with Air. Is it Air? Oh, it's Air Wave. And he's pretty good. He's, a Decepticon Deluxe. We don't get enough of those. Neat little weaponizer. I dig him quite a bit. And finally, on another really cheap set that I got was off of BBTS. It seems like BBTS does like these weird fire sales on Planet X figures. I got their Triptychon really cheap, and now I have their Ironhide and Ratchet, and I got these guys for a ridiculous deal. I believe they're more than half off, and highly recommend these two. Been having a lot of fun flipping them back and forth. And Ratchet, if you can only get one, get Ratchet, because this giant gun that he has is just really cool. I dig his head sculpt, and they got some really neat tampo details on him. Ironhide is good. I'm not the biggest fan of the head sculpt, and for whatever reason, he's got they decided they were going to do light piping and then quit halfway through. But he's still good. So if you're into the Fall of Cybertron, War for Cybertron stuff, definitely check those out over on BBTS. I believe they're still on sale. So before we get into the meat of the show, just want to remind everybody that at the end of tonight's episode, we will be doing a giveaway courtesy of our good friend Nathan Simmons from Nate's Toys and Collectibles. We will be giving away a G.I. Joe Cobra Island Baroness figure. So we've got the prize wheel all primed and ready to go. So just to let everybody know, the draw, as we announced, we're doing that on tonight's episode. It's closed. All the names have been counted and collected, but that's not it for our contests. You can still get entered in to win the Cobra Commander. We're going to be giving this away on October 3rd. So I'll be doing a separate video October 3rd. It's a Saturday, and that's not only for the Cobra Commander, but it's also for a figure action t-shirt. So if you're not subscribed, subscribe, and then go to the giveaway video, because that's where you're going to enter in to win this guy and the t-shirt. And just add in that comment, hashtag FAPShop, like the video, and that's all you got to do. Well, you got to be 18 years of age or older and be in the continental U.S. Those are the caveats there. Looking forward to seeing who wins. I saw a lot of familiar names in the contest for the Baroness. So let's get into let's talk about some Transformer stuff.
Let's talk about bots, baby. Let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the pre-orders we will get screwed over. No. Let's talk about bots. Let's talk about bots.
Don't make me hit the button. We knew Kingdom was coming. Kingdom Come, huh?
We did. How?
Yeah. Tauntaun, maybe? So Hasbro has officially announced Kingdom, which is interesting because we still don't know what's in Wave 4 of Earthrise. Yet we know the next series is coming.
And one of these things is not like the others.
Yeah, very much so. And that's one thing I definitely want to talk about. But we've got in-depth looks at Cheetor and Rat Trap, so I don't want to spend too much time on them. But the big one is we'll get through Cyclonus first, who's a deluxe from what I can tell, and he looks fantastic. I mean, we only get the couple shots here of him. But the big one, the big elephant or T-Rex in the room, I should say, is this leader class Megatron. What do you guys think?
Say it, T-Man. You know you want to. Oh, he's muted.
I'm sitting here talking to myself.
There you go. So
I can finally. I think I'm gonna collect these because I didn't have any of the season 1 Beast Wars.
This makes me want to sell all my Beast Wars, to be honest.
I think this Megatron looks amazing. I mean, I really like the Masterpiece stuff. The Masterpiece has the aesthetic of it. It's like the CG model literally leapt off the screen. But these have their own personality. Like, that's not, accurate to the show, but it's an updated and kind of anatomically, well, as far as what a T-Rex used to look like, anatomically correct design. And then
feathers nowadays out here.
Yeah. I mean, also being, I love you. You love me.
It looks more like Barney to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is something off about the
head. What, Joe?
I was saying there is something definitely off about the head on the T-Rex mode. It kind of looks like almost like the Jurassic Park T-Rex head.
Yeah, Giant Mindset wonders how big the backpack is. Is it an overnight bag or a weekend hiking trip?
It's smaller than RC's matched luggage, that's for sure.
Yeah. I can't see the backpack being that bad. It seems like with all these Kingdom figures, and we'll get into Studio Series 86. It seems like...
That's Cyclonus. Should have been saved for that.
Yeah, and I'm wondering what the reason is. Are we going to get some crossover?
Probably.
Yeah.
It's a cross sell. I mean, it's, hey, let's pick up this series. It's got figures that can link me over to this series.
Please let them scale. That's all I can say.
Well, I would think that they would, and I guess one of the things that's been on my mind is they can only go so far with Studio Series. And it seems like with Siege, you had, at least with the main line, you had the callback to Cybertron, Transformer Cybertron, not the planet. And then, of course, you had with the Generation Selects, you've got that hot shot. I wonder if they're just going to consolidate it, and I hope that they do, into like a Transformers, Marvel Legends Black Series sort of thing, Lightning Collection, where instead of doing like, okay, this is our thing for this wave, this is our gimmick.
See, what was wrong with the Generations moniker? That was perfect. Go back to that.
Exactly. There was nothing wrong with that, where you just kind of pull from all eras of Transformers and you get you get whatever it is they want to make. And I wonder if that's where they're going with this, taking this, so they could do movie bots, they could do Energon, Armada, Beast Wars, Beast Machines, just kind of whatever they wanted to do.
I think that's what they want to do with Transformers Red, because they're supposed to have like Transformers Prime RC.
Yeah, because we got a good look at the hot rod that's coming out with its accessories, and
that's spoiling us. Well, we'll get to that. Let's move on. Let's keep with this one and move on to that.
Yeah. So we got Cyclonus. We are also getting a Scourge figure, and we don't have an alt mode fixed yet.
And that Scourge is for Earthrise. That Scourge is for Earthrise?
We don't know.
I think it's Kingdom. Either Kingdom or 86 Studio Series.
Yeah, I'm going to say Kingdom with the Cyclonus would make the most sense.
But what's crazy is that Galvatron I believe Scourge appeared on, I think, some of the Earthrise packaging.
Yeah. They
So
did.
it's like curious. Are we going to get him in Wave 4 of Earthrise? I mean, we really don't know. They've been really mum on what. We know what Wave 3 of Earthrise is, but we don't know what Wave 4 is, or if that's even going to happen. I hope they don't just fart out a wave and then it's kind of like Wave 4 of Power of the Primes or Titan's Return, rather, where nobody could get like Misfire, Topspin, Twin Twist.
Only if you had an Ollie's close by.
Yeah, I'm guessing
We're
that's the
talking
way
about,
we're headed, considering the lack of news for that particular wave.
If you guys with Scourge, are you guys gonna army build them?
Probably get a few of them.
I'm not. I'm cheap. I heard Galvatron is going to be a leader class.
I hope so. I mean,
well, leader class.
Yeah.
Remember, leader class for siege stuff still usually means a Voyager figure with just a lot more accessories. Doesn't necessarily mean a leader figure.
I'm wondering what would he come with.
It'd be really awesome.
The throne.
If he came with like a, well, throne would be really cool. But if he came with like a skeleton that was kind of like the reformatted Megatron, you put it inside of armor, kind of like Ultra Magnus.
Well, the question is Galvatron going to be a separate character?
That's a good question.
Like IDW had them as
or even if it was a leader class figure, but instead of accessories or whatever, it came with. They wouldn't do this, but come with a post coronation Starscream, make like halfway disintegrated or something like that.
So you're saying a pilot dust?
Pretty much. Maybe not that post. Maybe like right afterward. Right after the trumpet sound.
All they're going to do is just redo that Jane Erso figure from Rogue One.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anything
Pilot
is left.
Charcoal.
I'm surprised we haven't gotten a Ghost Starscream in at least Generation Selects yet.
Maybe
Give them time. Give them time.
What was it you were saying, T?
So that's probably Wave 4.
It could be.
I don't think we're getting 4 waves of Earthrise. I think after Wave 3 is going to be over.
That's true. We're assuming something that may not happen. It's kind of crazy times right now, so maybe something was scratched, or maybe we're even seeing the remnants of. Maybe that's where this is coming from. Because of the pandemic, they've had to realign some things, and maybe they're moving figures around and not release. Maybe that's where some of this is coming from. I
think
maybe
everything
that's what.
Generation Selects is probably all of Wave 3 and 4. Because you see how many Generation Selects we're getting.
Well, people made the call for 4 waves based off of what was on that planetary map that comes inside.
Sure, but all that was planned back in happier times.
True.
And I'm wondering too now, thinking it through, if that's why we're getting some oddball figures in with Kingdom, that they're filling some gaps, figures that were already in the pipeline for Wave 4 that they're going to jump. And they're going to put in this. They may not make sense. They'll make it make sense story-wise somehow. It doesn't matter. But they're going to take these figures already in the pipe and put them in with the next wave and skip whatever it was they had. I don't know. It just that seems to be a little bit more possible, given that again the supply chain screwed up and everything's kind of a mess right now. Right, they've set the standard for having dead Transformers now with Prime.
Yeah.
So.
For anybody just listening, Jedi Mindset writes in, would love a black and gray Starscream and his caping gown like that with the Earthrise Prime. Yeah, that would be pretty cool. Though they, as much as I like that dead Prime, the fact that they gave him the battle damage, it's like they could have taken the trailer and given us a deathbed or a examination table, whatever you want to call it, and just the gray plastic. It's like. The Generation Select stuff, it's so hit or miss with accessories. You get something like the Centurion where they really knock it out of the park, and then you get something like the Dead Prime where they really just half-ass it.
Or just no trailer at all for him and save you some money.
No, Bumblebee is on the packaging, but he's going to be part of the Netflix wave.
Yeah, and that's also where it gets crazy too. It's like
again, I think this is all part of plans scattered to the wind because of
right.
the problem.
Because 2020, baby.
Yeah, I think they're just finding ways to get figures to us, whether it's in the waves that they imagined it to be or not. We don't care. I don't care if Cyclonus comes in a Kingdom box or a Earthrise box. As long as it's a good figure and we can have access to it, please. Not a Target exclusive that sells out.
Or a Walmart exclusive that never gets put on a
That never
shelf.
ships, right?
So with the Netflix stuff, Walmart's distribution was pretty good. I can still go in and find Megatron and Hotlink.
Took a minute, but yeah, you're right.
Just still waiting for my Dark Knight medals to show up there.
So this one comes courtesy of Tauntaun, or courtesy of whoever Tauntaun knows, the Vietnamese Transformers factory.
At this point, I'm guessing he knows the president or CEO of the factory.
And we know this figure is a 86 Studio Series figure. And that being Cup, and I gotta say, this is the best Cup we ever got.
The only way that cup could get any better if it was filled with beer.
I gotta disagree a little bit about the best Cup.
Okay,
I think the head sculpt on the Cup that came out, not the one that came in the main line, but the resculpt.
Oh, you mean the
Headmaster version?
Yeah.
That came out, not the one that was the lighter color that came out, but the import version that had the cleaner head sculpt. That head sculpt was spot on. This one is Captain Melty Face.
Actually, the one that turned into a pickup truck, the old Generations one, was actually a pretty good head sculpt.
Yeah, but this, like the alt mode on this, is great. There's something about that face looks kind of skeletal to me or something. I don't know. It's weird.
It seems like it's like from a very specific frame of animation, like the "I knew you had potential, kid." I mean, the hot rod is just spot on, perfect. But I love that he can do this. I love that he has the battle damage. He has that thing from the one scene, but it's not an accessory. It's an actual feature.
Tauntaun was just really rough on that guy.
So I found the face. It's actually the face he has, and I mean, I guess it's appropriate because he does come with the Energon goodies. But I found the face. It is the Ba Weep, Ground Weep, Ninny Bong face. That's the face he's got.
Okay.
But I will agree that I would have liked a more neutral expression for him. But goddamn,
that's nitpicky though. I agree.
Okay, I like this. Those scale shots are good.
We'll get back to that.
That gives me a lot of confidence because then that Cyclonus, I think, then will scale well with these guys.
Now, T, you've been a little quiet. I mean, I know you're excited for this one.
Hot Rod, definitely. That's my most anticipated figure right now.
Yep, same.
Cup looks weird to me. It doesn't help that he doesn't have the arms pegged in. I don't know if they can't peg in. I hope that it's fixed on the final figure, and that's why he has this prototype. But the back and from the side, it looks flat. He just looks weird above the waist, to be honest.
Do you think we'll get another Springer out of these?
I think they'd reuse what they have. I would hope they would, because I think that Siege Springer is pretty much as perfect as you can get.
He's getting re-released in the Netflix.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I don't think it's hateful at all. I mean, it's certainly better than what Fans Toys did.
I'm actually really looking forward for them making a Blur.
I don't agree with that.
I mean, he's got a little waffleage, going on in the back here, but
this body is spot on. I don't know about that.
Yeah,
the back kind of huge, but
I love how they manage the wheels. Like that engineering is really, really cool. I mean, the only thing I might have asked for, outside of a more neutral face is I wish that the windshield had like that little bit of dinginess on it.
Yeah, just take a Dremel to it or some
I was gonna say you could do that yourself.
Yeah.
Okay, figures I'm looking
like
forward to. I'm really looking forward to, like I said, a Blur and a Wreck-Gar.
Yeah, the Wreck-Gar needs a redo. And then they could get their Generation Selects repaint money out of that.
Oh, God.
If we don't get all of the main movie Autobots, I'll be shocked. Because I heard they're coming out with another Ultra Magnus too.
I can't see them really doing much more with Ultra Magnus.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, I mean, true. I think it's funny that somebody didn't recognize this as the Energon Goodie Dispenser. They're like, why does he come? It should be a Cygar. Why does he come with a vape pen?
No, he's about to bust the ultimate diss track on Cyclonus there.
That was a known reviewer, and I was like, shush, before they discontinue it before it comes out.
Yeah.
Oh man, and you know what the Battle Masters? Do you know how much money they're going to go up in value to turn these guys into Target Master versions?
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? I bet we'll finally start seeing those Firebolts fly off of shelves.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited. I'm legit excited for this line. You know me, I've never been a fan of the Studio series. I am legit excited for this.
It's an interesting move because I had never considered that they were going to go when they did Studio series. I figured it was just Bayverse movies. I never would have even thought back when they started it that they were going to dive into the animated stuff.
I didn't
think it was going to happen. I said I thought about it. I didn't think it was going to happen.
I gotta ask though, what I was talking about earlier with everything kind of converging. How would you guys feel about that if everything just instead of having Studio series, the Bumblebee Cyberverse deluxes, if they just converged into one line where they did a little bit of everything? I would rather that.
You mean just call it Transformers?
Yeah, call it Transformers Generations.
No, just Transformers.
Or that, yeah.
Well, they have Black Series, Lightning Collection. They got to have some kind of catchy phrase.
But Black Series is for Star Wars.
Well, that's what I mean. That
Power Rangers.
Transformers needs its own.
Oh, okay, I get you on that one. Okay.
We're never gonna get Transformers, and actually, we do. The ones that are in Family Dollar just say Transformers.
Yeah. We know
they're authentics.
The authentics, yeah. Ugh.
Universe, yeah. That was all good names they had that they just threw to the wayside.
He has a note from Christopher Robin in Japanese.
What's it say?
I have no idea.
Domo arigato,
Mr. Roboto.
Give me the honey, bitch.
But he did CR at the end. That's not in kanji or whatever.
No, that stands for Christopher Robin.
Oh, bother.
Oh, bother. So we do have one more thing for the Kingdom line, and we got some listings for Kingdom, and this comes from Walmart, and it's still a rumor, but it's from their computer or their website rather. So again, it's not 100% confirmed, but it seems like we're getting a price hike on deluxe classes only. So the core class comes in at $9.99. The Voyagers come in at $29.99. Leaders at $49.99, and deluxes are now marked at $22.99. What do you guys make of this, and what do you think about it?
I don't think this should surprise anybody. I think it's absolutely accurate, and it's all of their mainline figures have been going this way. Well, not all, but a lot of them. The Black Series has crept up. All their special releases and their Galaxy's Edge stuff and everything has crept up $5, and I think it's just going to stick for the mainline releases. So I think it's a slow creep that's going to happen no matter what. You're seeing it on Marvel Legends too, aren't we?
Yeah, with the $5 movie figures.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I think T said it before that if it gives us more accessories or blast effects or paint or accessories, if I already said that, as long as we're getting more for our money, I would rather it instead of us getting a $20 release that's left wanting. And we're like, we have a list of things we wish it had to make it better. Just take my $5 extra and give me those things.
Yeah. Like Wheeljack with only one shoulder cannon and no gun.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I definitely want to see a return on it. Like, if you're going to jack at the price, we should not see.
And I don't mean ultra beautiful, reflective box art. I want stuff. Like, I hate to say it, all those things that in that Centurion box you got, that should be packaged with my stuff by default.
Dave, you just stole the words out of my mouth because Jordan said something about the Centurion set being a good set, and I'm like, yeah, it is, but it's because it's full of stuff that we should have already that they'd already developed that we should have had with the other
that we
stuff.
paid for. $60
that we had already paid for.
$60 for that Prime should have come with the roller, should have come with the axe, should have come with the rifles.
I absolutely agree. And I think that was kind of a cheap ass way for them to get it out the door, but they did, and I bought it because fuck me. So
I can deal with some of the hollow pieces that Nate's talking about there, but I mean, again, it's not as hollow as Combiner Wars.
Yeah.
That was
though. I brought this up in the chat, in the group chat we had. Hasbro sees what's going on. I mean, they know what third party is. They're well aware of what third party does. You have companies like DNA Designs, Dr. Wu, Shockwave's Lab, people that, you pay them almost the cost of a figure in some cases to fill in those hollow parts. So I feel like, hey, Hasbro, if you're smart, you're going to use that $3 extra to take money out of their pockets, the money that you could be getting yourself. So I really hope that if this price hike is legit, I hope it's validated. I hope that, hey, give us that gun that the character's supposed to have, fill in those spots, make the figure well-rounded. I mean, granted, these third-party companies will always come out with that thing from the one episode. Like, I'm sure somebody's going to do the arm bracelet for Cheetor and his gut gun and the tail gun.
I mean, there's some times when the accessory pack has sold the figures for Hasbro. Yeah. Whether it be the City Commander set or actually the white Combiner Wars Prime probably only sold because of that Nova Prime upgrade kit that came out.
Yep. In fact, Dave, once again, just what I was going to say is that I'm wondering if Hasbro sees those kits and says, you know what, they're selling our figures for us without us having to do the extra work. Go for it. So I don't know. Maybe there's some kind of symbiosis there that we're not aware of that Hasbro is leaning on, or maybe, and again, it's a small percentage anyway of overall collectors or even kids and people that buy the mainline Hasbro stuff. But it's a little extra money that Hasbro's getting per figure.
When was the last time you saw a kid actually buy something that we collect?
I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that in a second because there's something that I see here and there. But Jedi Mindset says a lot of online retail is already charging $1 or $2 extra for deluxes and some Power Rangers, so it's not surprising. I wonder what's going to happen if these are the new price points. What are online retailer price points going to look like? That's a little bit amazing.
Of a. Are you putting a review out for that guy?
Oh, bother.
Oh, Jesus.
That's
no, that's not a bother. That's Jesus.
I'm going to make that the thumbnail for the show.
I've returned to my primordial goo form.
Are you crazy? So much I would love to have it make it look like he fell off a building. Like just have him like that on a sidewalk.
Joe, you occasionally dabble in the mainline Hasbro Transformer stuff. What's your opinion? You've been thinking, reflecting.
Not shocked. Yeah, $22.99, $24.99 is the new $19.99, so I'm not shocked at all. I agree that it's if they're going to give extra stuff, it's okay. They're doing it because everyone else is doing it, then that's not cool.
It's kind of crazy though that we're. I mean, it's like the frog in boiling water, right? For us, it's like,
yep.
$3. That's it sucks, but it's $3. masterpieces, it's nuts what you used to get for $70, is now, and that's like through BBTS or any of the major players. Like what you used to get for $70 is now like 120 MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
And those, like, it's funny, like we're here, like this is like what probably like a 7% increase, when Masterpiece like shot up about 40 to 50% for some of the and that's the thing. Masterpiece doesn't have size classes. It's just like approximated size.
I will say it's probably more important for them to hold the $9.99 price point than the $19.99 price point.
Yeah.
Someone in the chat said like the parents are not going to buy $22 or $23, $24 Transformers. And while they may for like gifts and stuff like that, he's absolutely right, because when you take your kids to the store, I know I do this, I either say you can spend $10 or you can spend $20 or whatever it may be. And that if they say, oh, I really want that, and it's literally 99 cents over, oh, sorry, buddy, that's 99 cents over your price limit. You can't get it. So $9.99 is a price point that sells a lot of toys. $19.99 was, but they will probably lose some of those type of sales when it's $23 and $24, because the parents are going to say, no, that's too expensive. Now, that doesn't affect us. We're going to buy them anyway.
I can confirm that because during my toy hunts, I've heard those conversations.
Yep.
A lot. Like parents and relatives buying stuff for kids are cheap as hell. And they be like, $20.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Meanwhile, we're like, ooh, I'll take this figure for $35. I'll take this figure for $60. Oh God, those pants are $19.
I think it's funny that the core class, is now seems like a great value. Again, it's that Boiling Frog thing, because it was like during the Combiner Wars trilogy, the Scout class. Well, was it Legends class or was it Scout class?
They changed Legends during Generations. Yeah. But at first, you used to get a Legends figure that came with another, like a
Throwing 30
like a
did that
smaller figure for $10. And then they took the little small figure away.
Yeah, and then you get no accessories except for Sea Spray.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was gonna say, and now you get like a Scout class figure. Sorry, you buy a figure like your Studio Series Jazz, and that's the same size as a Revenge of the Fallen Scout class figure.
Yeah.
Right.
I wondered. Go ahead.
I said Braun has one. He came with this little shield gun.
I'm wondering too, with the modern kids sort of drifting away from toys, if it's not as big a problem as we kind of perceive it to be. I know it's kind of a struggle with my kid, at least, to get toys that he likes to play with. I mean, he gets in a certain wheelhouse about what he wants, but anything else outside of that, it's like he wants to fucking watch YouTube videos of other kids playing games and stuff, which we do too, but we also like the toys as well. But I think, and we've talked about this before, with kids, it's less and less about the physical thing and more about the entertainment value on the screen. So I'm wondering if that, with that decline in interest in their product, if this price hike, if they're willing to make that bet, that if they're going to get you on the hook for the thing, they want to try to scalp you for every last dime for that thing.
Well, remember, back in the day, we didn't have this YouTube. We didn't have this. So our pile of toys was our distraction.
Exactly. But now they have other options. That's my point.
I think my thing, and this kind of goes back to representation again, is, not scalpers, but collectors kind of get to everything first these days, because distribution's so crappy. And it's like, if you were
right the first time.
Well, yeah, if you're a kid and you're going through the toy aisle and you see Transformers, and chances are you're going to see a bunch of Grapples, you're going to see a bunch of Ironworks and Hoist. And so if you're a kid, like, what if you're lucky, maybe you'll see a Leader Optimus Prime, but that's a birthday present, at $50, or a very generous parent. So it's like, what are you going to do? I mean, are you going to get Grapple or Ironworks or Hoist? I mean, if they had a vehicle for these characters that suddenly makes Grapple, Hoist, and Ironworks appealing to kids.
Legit question. Do you think this Cobra Trooper is rated age 4 and up? Do you, honest to God, think that currently there is a 5 to 8-year-old who currently has a Cobra Trooper in his possession?
Maybe a few ones where the parents they just randomly bought it for them.
A Cobra Trooper?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. People were hitting Target at like 5 minutes before opening when these were hitting the shelves.
And that sucks too. These are some of the best action figures.
But I'm just saying, I guarantee there is almost, for these G.I. Joes, with maybe the exception of maybe a Snake Eyes, there is no kid who has a single one of these, or maybe a Roadblock.
Yeah, and it's like the best thing to get G.I. Joe to have appeal for a general audience is going to be that Snake Eyes movie, and that again, it's all relying on how successful is it going to be, how many people are actually going to see it, how is it going to be released, and it's like I've talked about this with some friends that I feel like sometimes we kind of gatekeep potential future collectors. It's like, how are you going to get into a hobby if you can't find the stuff on the shelves?
We're horrible. We're absolutely horrible.
Well, now hold on. I don't think that's our fault for being consumers of the product. I think it's like you said, it's distribution and its availability.
Yeah. Not being able to find it on the shelf wouldn't be so bad if you knew you could go online and order it and just wait a couple days to get it. But you can't even do that. The one source, Amazon, that it's going to give you a good price with free shipping is you're going to wait 3 or 4 months. Because their release date right now doesn't suck.
At worst, I think it's, you have us hardcore collectors that, like you said, Dave, rush the Targets 5 minutes before they open and grab the sought after stuff. But that should be a one and done thing. And then replenishment then brings it back a week or two later, and then everybody else is able to get it. That's how it should work.
Yeah.
If you don't get it this week, I'll wait till the next truck and I'm going to get it because I know more's on the way. But we can't guarantee that anymore.
No.
And I think, too, like one of the things that I've been seeing, not just with Transformers, but like with Marvel Legends, Power Rangers, is that like none of these waves have staying power. It's like you see it, you damn well better buy it because you may never see it again.
Right.
Whereas like when we were growing up and even like 10 years ago, you'd see a figure and you'd be like, yeah, you know what? I'm not going to get it right now. So they people in the fandom kind of chalk things up to FOMO a lot, but it is true that there's a lot of times if you don't act on it, you might not ever see it at retail ever again.
As far as lore, one of y'all brought up children not having a lore. They have been showing G.I. Joe on loop on YouTube every episode.
And that's brilliant because that's where kids are, is all on YouTube. That's a good idea.
It's funny. My cousin's son started watching the Mario Brothers Super Show.
That's
I used to love that.
Yeah, he likes it, but he's like I
this the Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
I dropped off Mario 3D All Stars as a surprise. He doesn't know that they're getting. He's got to wait for the weekend. But he's like, Uncle Jordan, guess what I did? And I was like, what? And he's like, I watched the Mario cartoon from a long time ago. And I was like, oh, that's awesome, man. And he's like, yeah, it's cool, but Mario sounds weird. And I was like, yeah.
It sounds like a man.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
he's like,
I always found that cartoon weird because pretty much everything it was based off was Super Mario Brothers 2.
Basically, yeah. I mean, they also had the one that was based off of. There was the one that was just called Super Mario Brothers 3, the cartoon, and then they had the one that had Yoshi in it.
Super Mario.
Which one was the one that actually had the live action Mario?
Super Mario Brothers Super Show.
Yeah.
And didn't it transition to a cartoon? Like it would have like live action stuff and transition.
They were just the bumpers, basically.
And then every Friday was The Legend of Zelda.
Oh yeah.
And they pulled it in various types of.
Were y'all still watching when they got rid of the live action Mario and Luigi, and they had like some young kids? That bugged me.
They had what?
They had like some younger people. I can't remember what the premise was, but they were like doing some certain stuff. Some young kids, teenagers.
I hated that show, so no.
I just remember the live action Mario.
And then when someone said, "Hey, let's make a movie and let's take the small, tiny Goombas and make them like he's a towering opposite of what they should be."
So when I look at John Leguizamo, I see Italian plumber.
I showed my cousin, like before I left, I showed my cousin's son. I was like, they made a Mario movie, because he was telling me about the Illumination one, and he reads internet rumors and then all this stuff. He's 7, and I said, they made a Mario movie when I was your age, but it was bad. And he's like, "Oh, is it on YouTube?" I was like, "No, well, pull up the trailer." And the whole time I'm showing it, he's like, "What is that? I don't like it." And I was like, "That's exactly how I felt when I was your age."
Who sat in the room in the planning stages of this movie and said, "All right, here's a picture of Bowser, the bad guy," and then someone jumped up and said, "Dennis Hopper," and they're like, and everybody starts clapping. And how did that go down? I'm not sure.
A lot of cocaine.
I hope so. I hope that's how it went. I hope they had a great time.
Hopper wasn't his actually Dennis Hopper's last name wasn't Dennis Hopper. That was actually his nickname for the amount of coke he ingested.
That's fine as long as he had a blast.
Mario and Luigi were drunk during the whole recording, I heard.
And
Bob
Hostas has said that is the worst movie he has ever done.
The only thing they got right in the entire movie was the bomb.
The guy that played Mario in the Super Show was a professional wrestler.
Yeah.
Captain Lou.
Yes, sir, Captain Lou.
I did not know that.
He was also in a lot of Cyndi Lauper. He was in a lot of Cyndi Lauper music videos too.
I only remember him from Cyndi Lauper. I never knew he was actually a wrestler like Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, he managed the Wild Samoans actually.
Wasn't that with Rocky? Wasn't Rocky Johnson in that?
His dad was what? Yes.
Yeah.
So,
you guys want to talk PulseCon?
I'll say smooth transition to next topic.
Yeah.
I kind of regret not getting one of those shirts now.
Yeah, there were some cool stuff here. I mean, for the PulseCon exclusive, we ran through what was available on previous shows. All this. We'll get this out of the way. A lot of this stuff you see pre-orders here. If you missed out, like it just said limit reached for Cobra Commander. Can we still so Cobra Commander can't be pre-ordered.
Yeah, it's still up
anymore. Is it still up?
Yeah. You just click it again.
It went in the cart.
Yep.
So there were people bitching today because they apparently could not buy some of this stuff. Let's check the Wampa.
Did you get Lewis, Jordan?
I did not get Lewis.
He's still there. In fact, he's still there for same-day shipping or immediate shipping.
I thought about.
I know he's still there. I love Lewis Tully. I might.
He's gonna buy it during the show. He's gonna buy it because that way he can get his Terror Dog and Lewis Tully.
How many times can you say you have a 1/12 scale Rick Moranis?
Twice.
Exactly. You need it one more time.
Yeah.
And then you need a dark helmet when it comes out.
God, I would love a Spaceballs line.
I would too.
So I guess let's give everybody a recap. So I mean, we're cutting to the chase here. A lot of this stuff is available for pre-order. It looks like can you still get Lord Draken?
Yeah,
you can. Yeah,
you can. It looks like everything is still available here. So yeah.
I mean, you're waiting until next year to get it, but so what? At least you're on the list, right?
Is that the case, or are you just?
No. They're shipping anything that. So when you click it, if it says add to cart, it's immediately available. But if you click it and it says pre-order, they're taking orders for the next batch, which will ship out in March.
Okay. So, well, that's I did not have that detail.
Save your money for Saturday when they pre-order the Kingdom stuff.
Yeah. So it's awesome they're doing that. It's awesome, we're talking about how bad distribution is, but it's awesome that they are doing this for folks. I got the Quintesson Pit, I got the Lord Draken and the Cobra Commander. I'm very happy about that. I mean, they the way they handled this, I thought was awesome. So we went through the fiasco of PlayStation 5 pre-orders and Xbox Series X pre-orders, and both were a complete and total shit show. You had everybody who had a voice in gaming talking about how they needed additional servers, they needed to have some way to deal with bots. Hasbro, the site this year worked wonderfully. It didn't falter. There was a CAPTCHA system. There was a line system. I had zero difficulty yesterday getting what I wanted. And I got it yesterday. But for all the people upset today, I mean, look, they have the Hasbro Pulse Premium membership. If you participated in HasLab, they extended it out. I think that's awesome.
No, you didn't. I did not get that option.
Really? They extended me out after Unicron.
I didn't get that with Sentinel.
Wait, were you ever a part of it, Dave? Hello?
No, I mean when I put the Sentinel, when I bought the Sentinel.
No. Were you ever a premium member ever?
No.
Okay, that's why he's saying they extended his membership, and then you didn't have it.
No. See, free. Yeah, if you bought something from HasLab, if you paid for that Unicron, or for me, I paid for that Sentinel, and they charged me for a product that I'm not getting for the next year and a half.
Wow.
I should have been a complimentary.
Yeah, they should have included a complimentary membership at that.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, because they extended everybody out like 6 months. I
haven't paid for premium membership since they started.
No, because they keep extending us.
Yeah. I thought they extended us because of Unicron. I guess I'm mistaken.
Yeah, I didn't technically pay for Unicron, and they still extended.
Right, I wasn't involved in it. I think they sent an email out that said something like, because of the problems that they had initially with the whole program, they were complimentary. Blah blah blah. Feel better about what you did, kind of thing.
Well, there you go. There you go with that, as T would say. I mean, I think the way that they handled it this year for premium members, like last year they did it with SDCC exclusives. They didn't have a PulseCon, and they really shit the bed with those, in my opinion, where they sold out. They listed everything 5 minutes early, and then they sold out almost instantly. I was fortunate enough to get the Ghostbusters Optimus Prime last year. But yeah, it was a shit show last year. I'm glad to see that they learned from their mistake. They really incentivized premium members, and I understand a lot of people are upset that they have to wait and they have to go through the pre-order process. But at the same time, it's awesome that they've made these figures available to folks that still want them or couldn't be at a computer or a phone, at 12 o'clock today.
Yeah, they'd be all right.
Like I said, for those of you on the chat, I got there right there at 12 o'clock. I put Cobra Commander in the basket. I put the Quintesson guy in the basket. And then I hit checkout. And for 15 minutes, it cycled. And then all of a sudden, it then said the Quintesson was sold out from under me. And then the Cobra Commander was sold out from under me. And so, like I said, I'll be getting them next. The good news is they're not going to charge me until they produce them, but I'm not getting them until next year.
But at least you're getting them. You don't have to go to
I know that, but I'm just saying, it's like, yes, congratulations. You in the VIP section, phenomenal. I'm happy for you. You got your drinks, you got your caviar, and your ice was cold. But for those of us in coach,
you're getting your Draken and what Nate's got for you.
No, that's different, and I owe you guys.
You don't owe us. I'm just saying, there's a way. I mean, I
know, but it's just I'm speaking. Listen,
some of the dates aren't that bad because old man Patrick Stewart is October 19th.
That's good.
Yeah.
Right, but
why the wait? Because all the ones
those of us in the comment folk who don't have hookups. Yes, thank you, Nate. Thank you, Matt.
Here, let's address this comment real quick. Strong Game Go wants to know, people are reviewing these figures now on YouTube. Why wait till next year? T, you field this one.
Yeah, because what was available sold out. So now you gotta wait. They're gonna they're letting people, it seems like they're letting everybody order what they want, and they're gonna produce what sells out until PulseCon is over, more than likely.
Now that part's nice. That's like what NECA did with the Toka and Razor.
Right.
I think also
that, but that's what it feels like they're doing.
That's what they're doing. I think you're exactly right.
I think also another thing too is people have, like, Prime versus Prime have purchased stolen factory samples.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will probably pre-order this guy because I don't want to pay for it now.
Shartimus reviewed this right here, and this isn't out.
Yeah, well, Shartimus is a special case because he has a relationship with Hasbro, so his wouldn't be.
In his reviews, I believe he said he went through eBay.
Well, then never mind then. Yeah. I'll probably pre-order. I'll probably pre-order the Professor X. The Lewis Tully will probably be a
impulse. You're gonna do it right now. Go ahead, click. Put your credit card number in.
No, I'm not gonna do that on the air.
You see, I can actually say the Lewis Tully is more tempting to me than the Professor X because that's all unique sculpt right there.
It is. I love that he comes with a helmet.
The Professor X and the Logan, those are all reused pieces.
I mean, the Terror Dog's reused, but it gets you your second one.
And you are much more likely to get the Logan and the Professor X again in Marvel Legends somewhere down the line. Some kind of variant.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're cool. I was just saying that the Lewis Tully you're never going to get again.
And add up how many you have to buy how many Ghostbusters to get a Terror Dog?
6.
And that's $20 each. That's $120 right there. That's 50. That pays for itself right there.
And they're not on clearance yet. I'm shocked. I haven't had a problem walking to the store and seeing Ghostbusters.
But, yeah, they're. I think that line's DOA, unfortunately.
Yeah, they knew it was DOA, but that's why they gave you everything you wanted in that first wave.
Yeah, that's why they had all 4 Ghostbusters.
I'm glad they did, though. It's like one of the things that pissed me off. Though is they have the what was it? It was a convention exclusive that had the proton effects. Like all 4 of them had proton effects, and then they shit the bed and just give Winston the effect piece. Yeah, the stream.
You're not wrong.
But I am glad to have all 4 of them. I'm glad to have a good-looking Dana and Zool. So it's like, yeah, if I get Lewis, I'm like, well, if I get Lewis, I kind of complete the line. And then when Winston shows up in Five Below, I buy 4 of them or buy 3 of them to get my effects pieces. And
and I gotta say that's really not bad. You're getting 2 Build-A-Figures. When you add it all up, yeah, you could have an entire diorama display. Right
I think it's only going to be Peter and Ray in Five Below.
You're probably right. Though, why wouldn't you think like Zool and Egon would show up?
Zool,
they're like 1 per case.
Yeah.
And
Zool design is so painfully 80s. so 80s.
She might be there, and Dana, you might find 1 or 2 in there.
I like this shirt. I
was gonna say I almost pulled the trigger on one of those shirts. It's a really cool design.
I might do that off air. But I better. And you could win one. You could win one next week.
And they're cheaper.
That's true. I mean, I kind of like my figure action shirt a little more.
And you know what? If you go on there now and do yourself a favor and purchase figure action shirt, the proceeds are going to go to get Joe's computer back and running again, so he doesn't have to be a stop motion version of himself that he is now. He's kind of like Gumby sitting there with the.
We all know next week he's just going to be broadcasting from his Tesla.
I'm surprised that doesn't have like a connect to StreamYard function.
Why don't I?
Can you text Elon?
I'll tweet him.
You can tweet him. Tweet Elon.
Joe, what are you doing in my office?
He's about to make a point.
Elon Musk replied He did not reply to me. He replied to a comment thread that I was involved in and basically answered my question, but he only answered my question because someone more popular than me asked it like further down, and then he answered that person. So in a way, I talked to Elon Musk.
I have no segue for that.
But while we're in the law, can you put up that picture I put in our chat? I gotta point that out. That thing made me smile.
Just when we thought that the Fortnite Nutcracker figure was the greatest Christmas figure ever made.
This figure's been rumored for a long time.
I'm giving you a segue.
Hey,
giving you a segue.
He's getting it.
I'm getting it.
This figure's been rumored for a long time, and just tonight, just while we were on the show, it got leaked. So this is the Star Wars The Black Series carbonized Santa Trooper. It's a redo of the Solo Star Wars story Range Trooper with the Pimp Trooper with the
oh my god,
the big coat on and everything, and it's got a little Dio reindeer, and I love everything about it, and I must purchase it because I am a consumer. I can't tell what the blue thing is though. I gotta look at the picture close up.
Yeah, I can't tell what that is either.
It looks like some kind of blue rifle, but I don't understand.
Oh, yeah.
It's an ice rifle.
Oh no, it's a blade. It's some kind of weird blade.
They should have painted it like a candy cane.
Yeah.
Is it wrong? All that's going through my head is with Robo
sugar plums and
it's the Robo from the Foosh.
Yes.
Putting his Gus head on that, and it's going to look absolutely perfect.
Yeah, I need this thing for sure. I agree with Winston.
So why not an Obi-Wan Kenobi clause, or is that like just low hanging fruit?
No.
Now he's going to be part of the Black Series nativity scene. That's going to be a box set coming out on Hasbro calls.
I want an Ewok nativity scene.
The three wise walks. Yeah. That could work.
Oh, you need the Ewoks. You need this, and you need the child. There's your nativity scene.
And it's perfect. This is everything
I'm thinking like Talladega Nights.
Happy Life Day. You can have your Life Day nativity scene.
Sweet 3 pound 4 ounce baby Yoda.
An Ewok and a Jawa can be in there.
Yep.
You know what's disappointing to me is like I look at like any of the merchandise with the child, and I just look for where it says El Nino, and that makes me chuckle every time.
Anyway, that joke's about 15 years late.
I know it is. Speaking of late, we've got something that's
pregnant.
Oh no.
No.
He had a baby Joe there.
Baby Joda. I got to Photoshop that.
That's amazing. Patent that. Copyright.
Lemon Tree. Not to be confused with Lemon Party. That company that made that promising looking Optimus Prime that ended up being about deluxe scale. Well, they've got a sound wave from the Bumblebee movie. They've got a prototype, a colored prototype out now. It comes with Ravage. Yay. And it transforms into a thing like a Cybertronian boombox.
A rock lord.
Yeah.
That looks like that crap that Wally would spit out.
Yes, It does.
They all float down here, Christopher.
I can't believe these are deluxe scale.
I'm happy for you if you want it.
Same.
And that's all I'm going to say.
Same. I feel like this stuff had potential, and then when they revealed the scale, that's where they shit the bed.
I like the Optimus, but I don't like that price.
Same.
How much are these?
Like 110.
No, gone. Move on to the next. On the next subject. Next subject.
So, what price would they need to be to make
80, 75, 80?
It's not the price; it's the scale.
So, scale in general, like even if it was like $50, you're not.
If it was big and massive scale. If that was 50 and it's a deluxe class size, okay, I guess it's third party.
after Blitzwing came out, I'm fine with Studio Series. Like Studio Series has been killing it. Like when they kill it with the Voyagers, but like if this came out as a Studio Series Voyager in that mode and was like $30 on a shelf, cool, I'll take that scale. But for $100, no, I don't want Studio Series for $100. Fuck that.
Listen, if you look in the chat, I'm seeing all I need to see. Nate Simmons is not carrying it. On to the next.
That's
because
the
if Nate Simmons doesn't find it worth his while, it's not worth your $1.
I completely forgot
you
that
should
it
be
could
pre-ordering all your
possibly
stuff through Nate.
it could possibly show up in Studio Series. I forgot about that.
It definitely could. My link is Fubar. Let me get a better link here. I do have something that I think all of us, including One Joe Crab, is going to be very excited about. Now I know we all like our G.I. Joe. We all like our G.I. Joe vehicles, and we like it when they mix with Transformers. So I know Dave's a fan of it. Joe's a fan of it. I'm a fan of it. We've got TFC's Megatron.
What's with the colored? They had a colored render of this though, and it didn't make any sense to me unless I'm missing something.
It was in the vehicle colors, so they took the vehicle colors from what I understand.
Well, what vehicle are they? I'm not connecting what vehicle this is supposed to be.
What's the reference you mean?
Yeah, like I got the first one that came out. I get that, but this, I don't see the G.I. Joe vehicle connection with this one. I know there was a Megatron in the G.I. Joe crossover, but he was a definitive army tank that had like tank treads on his chest or underneath of his chest. But this is not that one.
That was G2 Megatron.
Yeah, my understanding is this is supposed to be the Dominator.
Dominator, that's the thing I was thinking of.
Yeah. So this was a thing that it wasn't exactly a tank per se, but it was like a land. Yeah, it was like a land and air vehicle. So
it was an Iron Grenadier. It was an Iron Grenadier vehicle.
Yeah, let me here. I'll pull up the colored photos. So somebody did this in the colored in those colors, and it's here. We'll go over to
that guy disappeared.
Of course, Dame Chuck, and of course the picture is the face is blurred out. I don't know why TFC did that. Whether the face isn't final, but we'll get to the vehicle.
Okay.
That looks cool.
Okay.
Is that the color scheme you were talking about, Joe?
Yeah. I mean, it looks cool, but I'm not crazy about the bot mode. But I was not putting it together. Yeah. And if it's concept art, I guess that's why, because I don't.
Right.
So did they actually make that toy, or was that a concept toy?
Well,
the Dominator came out.
I just don't remember that one.
Jedi Mindset. I was thinking of Black Mamba, but it is the Dominator because the Black Mamba did not have the tank tread conversion to it. I know exactly that. I personally thought it was the Mamba.
Yeah. So
which that means this being TFC, if they do what they did with the Tactical Commander, they'll do two colors of this one. They'll do one in Megatron colors, and they'll do one in those colors.
And this specifically is Destro's Dominator. And this was released in stores in 1990, discontinued in 91. There's plenty of pictures where people have this thing. So I personally
Megatron colors. Just as too much red.
Well, yeah, you're true. It's close. Yeah.
And I'm sure these pieces would be transparent. There's only so much you can do in a Digibash, so that would definitely look different.
That's selling it to me now.
Yeah. If you were to do this in a Destro scheme, I would say keep the whole helmet like chrome-ish, or like a, So whoever did this Digibash, I think, was being a little overzealous.
I'm still tempted if I want to get that second TFC, the Supreme Commander with the nuclear option.
Yeah,
that head sculpt looks amazing.
Dave, you should buy yourself something nice.
When I get a house.
I don't want. Is it time for the winner?
Not yet. We're getting there. We've only got one more piece.
More.
We've only got one more piece of third-party news, and
I don't know if I won.
I don't know. I think you might be interested. I know we've got like several offerings for movie Bumblebees,
we've got yet another contender, and this is a new company called TMT, and they have their prototype for a movie Bumblebee. This looks like it's in the scale of the 3A. We've got the 3A Bumblebee for comparison. And this looks pretty accurate, to be honest. It's pretty ballsy to compare this guy straight up to the 3A. So this is going to be a larger Bumblebee. This looks like it's not going to be it's definitely not going to be masterpiece scale. It's going to be larger. The Beetle mode looks like it's going to be very panely. It's got those little knots on the top of it.
But I can't believe they couldn't come up with any other way for that.
Yeah.
But the other figure has them too, but further back.
Yeah, and that's a smaller one. That's Transcraft. They're the same people that made that Mohawk. That's the one I'm interested in. Granted, I've got the Transform Element one. I don't know. The gun here looks wonky. Why does everybody think that Bumblebee has to have a hammer now? That's the stupidest fucking thing.
I don't know why they feel like they need to keep making this. It's like the horse has been beaten to death. They resurrected it, and now another company is beating it to death again.
Because it's like it's
how many is it?
Prime tier. I mean, well, you have the Zeta one, you have Transform Element, you have Transcraft, and which one? Yeah, the official masterpiece.
Didn't Toy World make one?
I think they did, didn't it?
Because that was back when Toy World and Zeta were like, anything you can do, we can do.
No, Toy World didn't do it. Zeta did it.
Okay, I thought both of them did.
Yeah. Toy World did the World War II Bumblebee, but that's Studio Series size.
And then 3-0.
The 3-0, that's 6.
Yeah, but the 3-0 doesn't transform, so does it really count? But the Zeta is in this scale. It's in like this 3-0 scale. So this is like
Bumblebee with the Stinger makes sense. Like I kind of think that's a cool weapon.
Yeah.
That's a cool name that had a small blade. The hammer goes with Magnus. That makes sense. But this is just
it was like a thing in the worst Transformers movie ever. It appeared for one scene or two scenes, and that was it. And now it's like every Bumblebee needs a hammer. I guess actually no. Technically, in Hearts of Steel, he had a hammer, but that made sense because he was pals with John Henry. So, yeah, pass for me. Definite pass for me. Sportimus says too many Bumblebees. It's like
I've been saying that since 2007.
The Beehive went from your local Toys R Us to your favorite third-party retailer. All right. Moving on, we'll get into our non-Transformers news. Get a little bit to talk about here, trying to streamline this so we can get to our exciting contest. Let's go ahead and, we have Transformers Tuesday. Apparently, Hasbro thought it would be fitting to have Mandalorian Monday, and we got some pretty cool reveals here. So
open the box.
Jeez, T. All right. So we have the we have these vintage throwback figures, and these are looking pretty awesome.
The art is nice.
Yeah,
I didn't see none of this. I gotta add this to my Amazon.
Yeah, these are the credit collection figures. So if you missed out on any of the Mandalorian characters, these aren't necessarily better paint schemes. They're kind of stylized.
So the artwork is based on the storyboards.
Yeah.
When they took these still images from the storyboards from the Mandalorian, they had these different shadings and color schemes to them. So they said, how are we going to make repaints of these characters that have only ever had one look? Well, there's their answer to that.
Yeah, I kind of like this paint scheme for Kara a bit better, to be honest.
I wouldn't even open that if I got it.
Those would look really good on a wall.
That they would. I like how each one comes with a credit piece, an Imperial credit piece. So no, it's going to be plastic.
Oh.
Well, it could be die-cut. We don't know.
It'd be awesome if it was die-cast and they painted it. Probably just a piece of plastic.
Click.
We'll get through. We have an Imperial Death Trooper. Now, this is one that I do want. I don't have a Death Trooper yet, and I am trying to get a Mandalorian shelf together.
He's an Amazon exclusive.
Yeah, so I do have him pre-ordered. I think this is pretty awesome.
I had him pre-ordered until I realized that I wouldn't want to open the package, so I said, "Nah, I'm going to do that to myself."
This is like a marked improvement over the existing heavy infantry Mandalorian. I really like this.
These are all 3.75.
There's Black Series.
Oh, okay.
They do have some of these coming out in the 3.75, but these are all Black Series that he's showing.
Man, that's almost worth it just if you're wanting to troop build some heavy Mandalorians.
Yeah, and a great way to pick him up if you missed the Best Buy exclusive.
Yeah. I
am out of black. I have cut myself off from Star Wars Black. Oh man, that looks nice.
Just as you say that, you get the IG-11. Yeah.
Oh, that paint scheme's so much better.
It really differentiates him from the. It's like because the Best Buy one kind of looked like IG-88 with the bandolier. Or dual
can
bandolier.
we go in Best Buy now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did.
They might actually have some IG-11s in there.
I did pre-order this. This is one that I would definitely keep minimum card.
He looks hideous.
I want the best
way.
card. For him.
I will keep an eye out for you, Joe.
That looks like something from the 70s.
Is that supposed to be in stores?
Yeah, I bought 2 of them last week.
You know, you would think, especially with this Cobra Commander that's coming out, that they would have given us a Mandalorian with a wired cape. Now that Hasbro's proven that they can do it.
That Cobra Commander, we don't think has a wired cape, though, do we?
Yeah, it's got to be a wired.
I think
There's your 3 3/4 inch ones, Dave.
Okay, I thought that Cobra Commander did have a wired cape because that one picture of it's kind of fluttering.
Yeah, I don't think so, and the review that came out for him does not show it. But don't say never, Dave. We'll see.
We need 6-inch stormtroopers that are dinged up.
You
that
can
aren't
add
like.
one there, bro.
We don't do that here. And yeah, you get your 3 3/4 inch Mandalorian. So yeah, so cool reveals. But yeah, I'm not in for the 3 3/4 inch.
Yeah, those are awesome.
All right, next up, Dave, if you want a heavy infantry Mandalorian, you have options. You don't have to just go Hasbro.
It's true.
That is true.
Because SH Figuarts has one coming out.
But he's gonna be Lil.
I mean, he's
And boy, that's some yellow.
You know what?
Is that accurate?
I want to say something that once again, it's kind of like with me and McFarlane. How I've said before, if I had said this 5 years ago, I'd be surprised. I'm waiting for the Mafex.
Yeah.
Good luck. See you in 2023.
And you know what though? It will be absolutely perfect, immaculate.
Yeah. I'm looking. It's pseudo accurate, Matt. The Hot Toys and the Best Buy one are definitely more accurate. It's more of a brownish, like mustard colored.
I just gonna say, I just looked at my Black Series one, and it's not that. that is very bananas.
Figuarts is just dropping in standard. It seems like in like the last couple of years. I mean, their Kamen Riders are still good because Figuarts started with Kamen Rider, and their Dragon Ball Z figures are good because. Yeah, they're the only ones. But anything else that's somebody else has the same property, I'm going to say they're second place. I can't get excited about this stuff anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like the character has such limited posability. I mean, that's like the Hasbro one does all of this. It's like if the Hasbro one didn't have like the storage options for the Gatling gun, I'm like, oh, yeah, it's pretty cool that you can do that, but it does. It's just like, it's interesting. Like
Hasbro's competing with them, like, and they're not pulling punches. It's just kind of crazy that we're in this world right now.
Yep. Once those photoreal faces started rolling out, it's like I got a heart that makes that decision way easier.
Yeah.
If you're needing representation on the shelf, Hasbro is, yes, in the words of the big man himself, hail Hasbro.
And most of the Star Wars figures, like I don't know, many people that pose them crazy. Like most people's Star Wars collections that I've ever seen, at least, are not like these crazy acrobatic, scenes. You don't need that SH Figure Arts level of articulation on most cases. Now everybody's different, but for my taste, the Black Series stuff is perfect.
Yeah, especially if you want to have like the the obscure characters.
Yep.
You can get them through Black Series. You can get basically, like, for me, I'm just collecting Mandalorian, so I can get all those figures without breaking the bank, without going down a rabbit hole. It's a nice option.
You didn't have a picture of them, but I believe they're also doing the Flame Trooper in 6-inch.
From Figuarts
no, from Mandalorian for Hasbro.
It wasn't in the Mandalorian Monday release.
No, it's because it's already been. This is stuff after that. That's already in the pipe. I think that's part of the next wave.
Well, speaking of Hail Hasbro, we got some reveals for the Wave 7 of the Lightning Collection. Get through these real quick because there's not too big of pictures. Let me see if I can. Nope, unfortunately, I can't make these any larger. But we're getting
wand to make our image grow.
We're getting more from Dino Thunder. We're getting the Red Ranger. We are getting the screen accurate Green Ranger with a really weird Tommy head sculpt.
No, that's how he appeared in the first episode with the the green headband.
I know that, but he looks like Tommy Wiseau. That's why I'm saying it's really weird.
You're tearing me apart, Kimberly.
Like, he has that Neanderthal brow.
Oh, hi, Jason.
So and I know he had I know he had that, but I'm just saying this looks like Tommy Wiseau. And you would think Jason David Frank would be the one guy that would be like willing to do like face scans.
I did not beat my Megazord. Oh, hi, Kimberly.
It's not true. It's bullshit. Oh, hi, Zordon. This one I'm most excited about, and please, for the love of Christ, please don't be hard to find. Because I want like 2 or 3 Z putties, because this was my favorite putty design.
That was a Saban original design too.
Yeah.
So that was only in the U.S.
So I'm it's like this should be your troop builder figure of the wave. That's what like pisses me off about like some of this distribution stuff. So
here's the thing though, Lightning Series are usually 4 to a case, so there's a good chance you get 2 putties.
Yeah, but why can't I find Zach? That's really bumming me out. Like, anybody, if you come across the Zach, please let me know. I've got one on pre-order from BBTS.
It belongs to Kevin.
Exactly. I still need to meet up with Kevin. I have a Baroness for him in exchange.
I'm gonna give him send $20 to him in Cash App and don't give him a choice.
and send him $20 and say, I already gave you that, man.
Right.
and prove me wrong.
So I think we're going from Hail Hasbro to Fail Hasbro here, though. Although maybe not Fail Hasbro. I don't know. There was a time when we had 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends, and I got excited when I first saw that they were kind of coming back.
I know where they're going with this, though.
They're like the Toy Biz throwbacks.
No, it's also if you collect the reaction figures, this is perfect for you.
Yeah,
this is made for the reaction market. You are buying this for the box art, and you are literally buying this to keep this on card.
Yeah,
because they're going to be $12 though.
They're probably going to be 10 to 12, I'd think.
Yeah, but this is Hasbro's answer to the reaction line.
Yeah, like down to a T. I mean, like, because reaction has, the Kenner font. Where I got a little bummed out was that these are called Marvel Legends, and
the 3 3/4 inch Marvel Legends, while they were never popular, they had some really cool figures in there.
T-Man's got a box of them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but you know what? I see exactly what they're going with this. This is a line to buy specifically to keep mint on card. It's going to look great on a display wall.
I guess so, but it's just like such a limited audience.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And good. But I'm just saying, but it's got an audience, and I'm happy for him. I'm not that audience. You're not that audience. But who buys reaction figures?
Next.
Yeah, under the net.
All right. Next up, we're gonna get into Joe territory for the next two. So Joe,
G.I. Joe territory?
No, not G.I. Joe territory. We kind of just crapped on Figuarts.
I did,
and I know you, and I know I see Kill Kev in the audience. Demonical Fit, came out with their Ginyu Force figures. Well, now we're getting Raditz, and Figuarts is doing the Ginyu Force.
Yeah, I've already started transitioning my Demonicals to the Figuarts. I've already, because of the Ginyu and I think just the Ginyu. So just the Ginyu's out right now. I don't think any of the other ones are released. But yeah, I'm. I
thought Raccoon is out.
Raditz was coming out, but I don't think I've seen a picture of it. I think it's the first time I've seen a picture of it.
That's a new picture.
Now, for the record, when I was crapping on the Figuarts, I was not crapping on their DBZ.
You're talking about like their Marvel and like they're Disney properties. Let's just leave it at that.
This was smart of them to quickly recognize what Demoniacal Fit was doing and then rapidly releasing these, or at least getting the pictures out there so people could see what's coming and pre-order probably half the set already.
Well, I want to ask you
and
this.
Just basically crushed the third-party effort.
When I saw this, I kind of thought about that and what goes on with Hasbro, or really Takara and third party. And do you see any like parallels between that? Like when a third party comes out, Takara kind of takes some of the lessons learned from that figure and applies it to their official product.
No, I don't think they're learning any lessons as far as you're saying, like engineering wise. No, I would say that's not necessarily, because Demoniacal was trying to rip off as much of they weren't trying to do anything new as far as engineering goes. Maybe with the Ginyu waste, but other than that, I mean, they were pretty much the same articulation, just not as good, and their ankles really sucked. At least Figuarts is going to be a decent ankle, except for Dildo. He's got tiny ankles. He don't even have an ankle. His foot is just literally attached to the bottom of his leg.
I was surprised they didn't just do Figuart Zeros, the Figuart Zeros of these, and just have them in their Ginyu Force pose. And
they did. I don't know if they did a Zero, but maybe Figuarts Zero didn't do it. But one of those like statue things that you can buy at Best Buy, whatever they're called.
Oh, Ban Presto.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, moving on. We got another one that's, I think, in Joe and Dave territory, and this is the Revoltech Joker. Get a couple shots of this guy here.
Nate, put me down for one.
This is the one. Is this the one with the weird face, though?
No, you're thinking of the Mafex one.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is the preview. We don't have any other photos other than this. Now, from this angle, it's a very expressive face. But
God, I hope they re-release that Batman.
I would think they would. If you're doing Joker, you gotta have the Batman available. So I know Dave's in for this one.
I got rid of my Revoltech Batman though.
What? I would have taken that.
Taken it?
I would have given you money for it. I would have given you monetary.
So Nate says he says, damn it to hell, I'll be putting that one up tomorrow.
Put me down for one.
And Dynamite said, "Say he looks like the Jeremy fight the '80s Batman game." I like that. I like that he kind of is that like, that definitive, quintessential Joker look. And one more bit of news or discussion rather before we get into our giveaway and wrap up the show. More McFarlane repaints for Mortal Kombat. We finally get a new Spawn, but these are 3 bloody repaints. We get a bloody Raiden, a bloody Baraka, which, hey, comes with the same brain accessory, and Spawn with the axe. I'm glad to see we're getting a different paint scheme for Spawn. I would have preferred the inverted red and black version, but
I might get the Baraka. I might get the Baraka. That's it.
Yeah, Baraka's the only one that I think benefits from being a bloody repaint. I mean, if you're gonna do Carton Warriors,
and you can troop build them.
Yeah.
Cool.
So let's get into the thing everybody's been waiting for, our giveaway. Again, this comes courtesy of our good friend Nathan Simmons from Nate's Toys and Collectibles.
Nate Toys and Collectibles. If you're not buying your toys from Nate Toys and Collectibles, you're not a true fan.
So we'll go in. We'll get into this. We are going to do a 1 spin, 1 win. And our lucky winner is Sportimus. Sportimus is the winner of our Baroness.
Yay!
That's
Isn't
the
this the second time he won something?
So, Sportimus, get in touch with Nate.
Very
yeah,
nice.
That's awesome.
That's totally not how you spell Lutwack, but very nice.
Hey, you were ineligible to win this one.
And that allows me to make those jokes. I'm really happy. Sportimus,
Yeah.
good job. You earned it.
So, awesome to see. Now, again, we are giving away of course, I still have the green screen on, so you can't see him because he's blue. Let's turn off my green screen here. So, October 3rd, if you want another chance to win, go to the Figure Action YouTube channel. Go to the Figure Action Giveaways video. Go in there. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're 18 years of age or older. Make sure you like the video and leave the comment #FapShop. We'll be doing another giveaway Saturday, October 3rd. I'll be doing a live video. Let's say, I got to come up with a time. I didn't come up with a time. We'll say 2 o'clock Eastern time. Or no, we'll make it 5 o'clock Eastern time. We'll extend it out a little bit. I'll come on. We'll do a live drawing similar to this one. And that winner will also get to pick a Figure Action t-shirt from the Fap Shop on Teespring of their choosing in their size. We'll get that shipped out directly to you and get the Cobra Commander out to you. Again, I want to thank Nathan Simmons for the awesome giveaway here. We'll get some where you at. We'll wrap up the show, starting off with Trustarscreamer. Dave, I know you're moving. I know you're
Not yet.
You're in the process of finding a new home. But if folks want to check out your old photography,
at Trustarscreamer, you can catch me on there. I just got to do something right now. Right now, I am true mint and sealed box collector because I haven't opened a damn thing I've bought. It's just all of sealed boxes on a shelf.
That makes me sad.
It makes me very sad. Like I said, when I finally move, I'm just going to be complete geek lockup of not knowing where to start.
You might have to hire help to help open all those boxes. Maybe invite some people down and have an unboxing party.
That would almost be fun. That actually would. If you guys would be, I'm going to say right now, if you guys would be willing to migrate down here, it's going to be a 5.5, 6 hour drive for you all. But if you'd be willing to do it,
how many
if we unbox the figure, do we get to take it?
No.
If we take the figure, do we get to keep it?
No.
If we keep the figure, will you know? Because
yes.
You have too much stuff.
No, because I've got this damn inventory brain.
Okay.
I think it would be easy to steal from Dave because all we would need is one person to say, "Dave, tell me about how you smoke ribs," and then he'll just go off on a tangent smoking ribs, and then while the other person can just take all the figures he wants.
You don't know me in my collection room. You don't know.
Well, speaking of smoking, Joe.
Whoa. Yikes.
Nate, you've already stolen my heart.
Yeah. You can find me on the Figure Action Podcast Instagram page. I'm getting ready to put a picture on there right now as it speaks. That's about it. Good night.
Next up, Parts Supreme. Where can folks find you at?
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter and the gaming services at Partsformer. And you can find me here with these fine gentlemen.
Very cool. Next up, if you don't understand the Google or Bing searches, T-Man978, where can folks find you at?
You made it harder. I was going to just say Google T-Man978.
Or...
Yes! Do what he says. Click the videos and all that shit. No, don't do that. Where can we find you, Zero?
Well, you can find me here every Thursday night with these fine gentlemen. You can find me on Instagram as ExtraZero. You can find me on Twitter at The Original Zero. You can find me on the PlayStation Network and Xbox Live as ExtraZero. There's a space between Extra and Zero on Xbox. And, of course, you can find me in the Facebook groups as James Jordan. That's going to do it for tonight's episode. It's been great being here. It's been great hanging out with all of y'all in the chat. We look forward to seeing you all. Same Figure Action time, same Figure Action YouTube channel, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time next Thursday night. Hope everybody has a great night and a wonderful weekend. Peace out.
Bye.
See ya.